In today's news, HASANI FRETT charge for Sunday's murder, Virgin Gordian ESME Wheatley has passed. NCS approves proposal to offer $20,000 reward for info leading to the arrest in the recent murders. BVIFA to boost security at Eastern Longlook facility. Zero tolerance, they say, towards violence. And the BVI Ports Authority hosts leadership retreat and planning day. In addition to that, the Market Square boots, which have been officially opened, are available for periodic use. Reimer has been dubbed Man 2.0, sorry. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, February 14th, 2022. A happy Tuesday to each and every one of you. Of course, wishing each and every one of you also a happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands and of course beyond. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast, the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force have charged 37-year-old Greenland resident HASANI FRETT for the murder that occurred within the territory on Sunday. More on this report.
The police are yet to confirm the identity of the deceased male and are seeking the public's assistance in identifying the victim, where they said in a release, and I quote, "The deceased, who is still to be identified along with a female, received gunshot wounds at separate locations early Sunday morning. The female is being treated for a wound to the leg at the Dr. D. Orlando Smith Hospital. Detectives are asking persons who may know the identity of the male victim to come forward," end quote. The death of the unidentified male follows the recent East End murder of 43-year-old Jan Edwards, who was pronounced dead at the scene of an establishment in Parham Town. Well, according to the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force, they have been proactive in the quest to quell the recent surge of gun-related incidents in the territory. Well, they said, and I quote, "For the past week, officers have been making their rounds and conducting stop searches throughout the East End and Rotown districts in light of the reports of gunfire and the recent murders. Close to 30 persons were searched and quantities of both marijuana and cocaine were recovered. Persons were reported for several traffic violations," end quote. But the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is seeking any information that could help with identifying the assailant or assailants in any of the recent murders. Persons can contact Crime Stoppers tip line number anonymously at 800-8477, or those international persons can contact 1284-8008-477. Alternatively, persons can contact 368-9345. Reported for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
Virgin Gordian Miss ESME Wheatley passed away today, February 14th, 2023 at the Nurse Iris O'Neill Clinic on Virgin Gorda at the age of 93. Miss Wheatley is the mother of 9th District Representative, the Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley, along with Vern, Albert, Ina Wheatley, and Arlene Wheatley Parsons. Now, in her earlier years, Miss Wheatley worked in St. Thomas USVI and was known among Virgin Gordians as a cook, and was also known for making coconut oil for residents. She also worked at Little Dix Bay prior to her retirement. The owners, management, and staff of CCT, BVI Cable TV, and 284 Media express our sincere condolences to the family of the late Miss ESME Wheatley. The two recent murders on Tortola has prompted the National Security Council to approve a proposal to offer a reward of $20,000 for information that can lead to the successful prosecution of all culprits involved. This follows an emergency meeting that was held by the council on Monday, just one day following the territory's most recent murder, which occurred on Sunday, February 12th. The council was briefed by Deputy Commissioner of Police Jacqueline Vanterpool on the steps the police are taking to reassure the community, including increased patrolling, while the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force has made a breakthrough into Sunday's murder, charging Greenland resident Mr. HASANI FRETT for the fatal shooting. No one has been charged for the murder of February 6th of that of Jan Edwards, who was fatally shot in East End at a local bar. Now, the National Security Council, in recognizing the persons may have witnessed these brazen crimes, are appealing to the public once again to assist the police by calling in with the tips to Crime Stoppers and their confidential and untraceable, they say, hotline at 800-8477 or 368-9339. The council has also reassured the public that law enforcement is using every available tool they have at their fingertips to bring criminals to justice and to arrest the current trend of escalating crime involving firearms within the territory. Speaking of violence, the BVI Football Association has announced that they will be boosting security at their East End Longwick facility following an incident involving high school students that took place at their venue last week. Our Kamal Haynes has more on this report.
The new measure was confirmed in a media statement from the association on Friday, which said the incident took place following the completion of a school's football match between the Elmore Stout High School and Brigado Flats Educational Center from Virgin Gorda. Well, the statement said, and I quote, "Whilst the incident was after the successful conclusion of the football match and seemingly caused by a group of youth with no connection to the game, the FA, through the office of its president, Mr. Andy Bickerton, has been quick to state that such actions have no place in sport or at a venue primarily serving sports and young people," end quote. Our President Bickerton, speaking on the issue, said his association has never experienced any event of this nature in the many years hosting football-related initiatives. He said, and I quote, "With over 10 years experience of organizing games between island teams, we have never encountered outside violence of this or any kind. But the BVI FA does not condone nor will it tolerate violence, and we will be doing everything we can do to assist the police in their investigation of the matter," end quote. But the BVI Football Association has said that it will be making no further comment on the incident until the police investigation has been completed. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
And up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello.
So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry, I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Welcome back, everyone. The British Virgin Islands Ports Authority management team participated in a leadership retreat and planning day on Friday, the 3rd of February 2023 at Wyndham Lambert Beach Resort. Now, the theme of the retreat was rebuilding and restoring a port for the future. Take a look at this report. The British Virgin Islands Ports Authority management team participated in a leadership retreat and planning day on Friday, 3rd February 2023 at Wyndham Lambert Beach Resort. The theme of the retreat was rebuilding and restoring a port for the future. Blending wellness, leadership, and teamwork featured heavily during the planning day. Various exercises and activities helped to emphasize the need for those qualities in achieving future port goals. The guest speaker at the retreat and planning day was the Executive Director of the Virgin Islands Port Authority, Mr. Carlton Dowie. His presentation highlighted the importance of improving relationships with management teams, team members, and the board. He also provided the management team with tips on how to appreciate and utilize diversity across all levels of the organization. Cultivating relationships with interest groups and stakeholders was discussed as well as during his presentation. Finally, he stressed the importance of understanding the role of a port authority as not being a solitary entity, but being a part of a larger interconnected network with other regional ports. Mrs. Chandri Turnbull led a presentation on the necessity of mental wellness for successful leadership and incorporated activities that reinforce the need for the blending of the two in accomplishing tasks and building a stronger authority. The retreat provided an opportunity for open discussion on strategic issues concerning the port's three main business anchors of cargo, cruise, and ferry, looking at competitive aspects of the organization and creating opportunities for growth. Mr. Dean Foy, the operations director currently in charge of the port operations, said, and I quote, "It was an opportunity to step outside of the day-to-day routine to discuss needed adjustments to our plan and other pivotal company issues." The management team emerged from the retreat and planning day, they say, with a renewed focus on a plan of action to accomplish the strategical, tactical, and operational tasks required to revitalize the BVI Ports Authority and in turn build a stronger port for its staff, stakeholders, customer, community, and regional partners. Persons will be given the opportunity to rent kiosks at the Rotown Market Square on a daily basis to allow entrepreneurs and small vendors to capitalize on the new facility. Take a look at this report.
Fishers, farmers, and entrepreneurs who would not be able to occupy a booth at the Rotown Market Square full-time for reason of cost or otherwise will have the opportunity to rent the booths periodically for about $25 now that the facility is open. Minister for Communications and Works Honorable Kai Reimer made the reveal during an opening ceremony at the facility on Monday.
We are an inclusive government. We have reserved a kiosk, as was mentioned, for entrepreneurs, farmers, fisher folks, for periodic use. So those vendors that are around road town on the roadside, we welcome you to request the usage of a kiosk at a daily rate at about $25 once a kiosk space is available.
Vendors who do occupy the facility full-time have been allowed to do so for a monthly cost of $300 or $450. This only after meeting a criteria established by the relevant authority to determine eligibility.
The Department of Trade, through the Junior Minister, and the Ministry of Communications and Works, in conjunction with the Wickham-Ski Development, executed an application process that encompassed an assessment of the applicants who were evaluated and their belonging status, possession of a valid trade license, their business concept, financial viability, credit references, and the applicant having no pending litigations. I am proud to report that all the vendors here today have met the criteria.
Additionally, Reimer reminded that special booths have been reserved for use only by persons from the sister islands seeking to do business in Rotown.
We have also reserved a kiosk for exclusive use for our sister islands farmers and fishermen that will commute to the city with their goods. We have not left anyone out.
The minister says he trusts that activity conducted within the market square will be profitable and thriving. For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
The Honorable Kai Reimer was celebrated for his impressive track record that was stated over the past few years as the government welcomed his ministry's latest achievement, the Rotown Market Square. Take a look at this report.
Action Man 2.0. That's the name that Premier Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley has bestowed upon Minister for Communications and Works Honorable Kai Reimer in the wake of his ministry's achievement of opening the Rotown Market Square. According to Wheatley, over the past 4 years, Reimer has excelled despite skepticism of his ability to perform in his ministry, and he has left a track record that speaks for itself.
I want to take this opportunity to really celebrate the good works of the Minister of Communications and Works and Deputy Premier, Honorable Kai Reimer. Because I have to let you know that I have a great deal of admiration for him. Certainly, 4 years ago, perhaps some persons maybe had some questions as to whether he was the right man for the job. But I don't think anybody right now can have any questions in their mind when you look at the performance of Honorable Kai Reimer over the past 4 years.
Referencing some of the accomplishments made by the ministry while under Reimer's responsibility, Wheatley charged Virgin Islanders to take notice of the work that has been done.
Area of his portfolio, and he has been able to advance those areas. When you look at water, Honorable Kai Reimer has built reservoirs left and right and has improved our storage capacity. And certainly, God willing, if given the opportunity, I know he's going to help us fix our distribution network. When you look at electricity, biggest solar project in the BVI's history that has helped us to go green over in Anegada, where we'll be providing over 90% of the electricity in Anegada through renewable sources, mainly solar. When you look at roads, Honorable Kai Reimer has bought every piece of equipment needed to advance our road. He bought the mill, he bought the paver, he bought the mobile asphalt machine, and we have signature projects like the Fish Bay Road that will be a template for all the roads to come that has proper drainage, proper substructure, properly engineered roads. When it comes to traffic, he's eliminated traffic in Road Town. He has put tertiary roads. He's put turning lanes. He's put in additional roads to improve the traffic.
Acknowledging the presence of Action Man himself, Honorable Mark Vanterpool, Wheatley said that his passing on of the baton was an opportunity to confer responsibilities onto younger strength. He also took the opportunity to give Vanterpool his flowers for his contributions to Road Town's development.
But of course, this is a model, and I have to also celebrate Honorable Vanterpool, who, of course, he came with the pear pack. And you had these vending stations at the pear pack, which I believe present a great opportunity for our young entrepreneurs to be able to take their business idea and to be able to advance it.
For 284 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
As the economy of the Virgin Islands continues to grow and, of course, the recovery and development continues to improve, improving contractors and suppliers' capacity to effectively respond to bidding opportunities were the center focus when the RDA held its first procurement workshop for 2023 on Virgin Gorda. Take a look at this report. Improving contractors and suppliers' capacity to effectively respond to the bidding opportunities was the center focus when the RDA held its first procurement workshop for 2023 on the sister island of Virgin Gorda. A clear illustration of the bidding process and the processes involved in bidding for contracts was outlined in the contractors and suppliers, as well as a new topic, the grievance redress system, was introduced. The RDA's Director of Procurement, Mr. John Primo, led the one-day session on February 8th, 2023 at Village Cafe and Restaurant, Virgin Gorda, which featured presentations on compiling a winning tender, tips for bidding, responding to the elevation criteria, and grounds for automatic disqualification. In welcoming attendees to the workshop, Mr. Primo said, and I quote, "I'm pleased that you have invested your time to come here today to become familiar with the RDA's tendering procedures." The procurement director added that this is the forum where contractors and their competitors find common ground to ask relevant questions, share their experiences, and receive real-time feedback on any burning issues, procurement or construction related, that they may have. Procurement Officer Nyoko Anderson led the common errors in tendering presentation, which listed the grounds for disqualification, and Community Liaison Officer April Gaskell introduced the RDA's grievance redress system. During her presentation, Ms. Glasgow highlighted the GRS as a system that not only provides community members with formal procedures to lodge complaints, but also to protect contractors through a process that encourages transparency as well as accountability. Workshop participants stated that the material was clearly presented, informative, and the concepts learned will help them better prepare for tenders and proved beneficial to their company. One representative of a particular firm added, and I quote, "The technical evaluation matrix is a great guide as I now understand what is expected from contractors." This is the 5th workshop to be held on Virgin Gorda from a total of 14 workshops conducted territory-wide by the Recovery Development Agency. And more local news when we return.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4, EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Freeze. Choose your mix. Choose your flavor.
Welcome back, everyone. The Ministry of Health and Social Development will be hosting a training program for public officials on shock-responsive social systems within the Virgin Islands. The training workshop will be held from February 14th to the 27th in conjunction with the World Food Program. Take a look at this report. The 4-day workshop aims to foster a multi-stakeholder dialogue on collaborative approaches to prepare for designing and implementing shock-responsive social systems within the territory and to inform broader national practice to respond effectively in future emergencies.
When we say shock-responsive social protection, it means that we're intentionally bringing into focus the different unexpected events and situations that affect a significant portion of the population all at the same time. This training exercise is therefore timely and important. It directly aligns with the draft Virgin Islands National Sustainable Development Plan, which is now at the public consultation stage. The draft plan articulates government's understanding that poverty has various dimensions, and reducing and eliminating poverty can be achieved by enhancing opportunities and capabilities in a manner that promotes social justice. It emphasizes that social protection is key to addressing multiple dimensions of poverty and vulnerability, and speaks directly to the importance of developing
developing adaptive and shock-responsive social protection systems.
Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Marlon A. Penn, said he is looking forward to the conversations that will emerge from public servants who are engaged in the training workshop. This training initiative is just the latest partnership between the Virgin Islands government and the WFP to improve social protection frameworks within the territory. Following the 2017 hurricanes, the government made an official request to the organization for assistance.
It bears emphasizing that the Virgin Islands is at a critical juncture in its development, being engaged in significant reform initiatives to strengthen our governance systems while rebuilding from the ravages of Hurricanes Irma and Maria and rebooting from the social and economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Events of these magnitude erode hard-won gains in development and poverty reduction. They require rapid, appropriate, and effective mobilization of assistance to persons in need, especially those living in poverty who have limited capacities to manage their impacts. Preparing our social protection systems to rapidly respond to shocks is therefore imperative for us as small island development state.
Following the request, several governmental and non-governmental officials representing social protection, education, and disaster management actively engage in a capacity-strengthening exercise in shock-responsive social protection.
Today's training builds on previous collaborations, including ongoing support through DDM and SEDEMA. Support is also being provided to the Social Development Department to modernize the administrative and operational frameworks for delivering on our public assistance benefits, and of course, the ongoing development of a social protection information management system. These much-needed investments will not only revolutionize the way we routinely provide support to persons experiencing poverty and vulnerability, but also increase institutional capacity to respond to future shocks.
And that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us on all our social media pages at 284media.com, as well as 284media on Instagram and Twitter, and 284BVI. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a beautiful rest of the day. We thank you so much for tuning in. We are 284 News, your source for honest and impartial news, right here on 284 Media. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Alonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites. It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, I can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.